Encounter with a leper, our first reading.
A reading from the book of Leviticus. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "If someone has on his skin a scab, or pustule, or blotch, which appears to be the sore of leprosy, he shall be brought to Aaron the priest, or to one of the priests among his descendants. If the man is leprous and unclean, the priest shall declare him unclean by reason of the sore on his head. The one who bears the sore of leprosy shall keep his garments rent and his head bare, and shall muffle his beard. He shall cry out, 'Unclean, unclean.' As long as the sore is on him, he shall declare himself unclean, since he is in fact unclean. He shall dwell apart, making his abode outside the camp." The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
I turn to you, Lord, in time of trouble, and you fill me with the joy of salvation. I turn to you, Lord, in time of trouble, and you fill me with the joy of salvation. Blessed is he whose fault is taken away, whose sin is covered. Blessed the man to whom the Lord imputes not guilt, in whose spirit there is no guile. I turn to you, Lord, in time of trouble, and you fill me with the joy of salvation. Then I acknowledge my sin to you, my guilt I covered not. I say, I confess my faults to the Lord, and you took away the guilt of my sin. I turn to you, Lord, in time of trouble, and you fill me with the joy of salvation. Be glad in the Lord and rejoice, you just. Exalt all you upright of heart. I turn to you, Lord, in time of trouble, and you fill me with the joy of salvation. I turn to you, Lord, in time of trouble, and you fill me with the joy of salvation.
Paul reminds us Christians to be always mindful of God in our lives. Whatever we do must be done for God's glory. Our second reading.
A reading from the first letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians. Brothers and sisters, whether you eat or drink, or whatever you do, do everything for the glory of God. Avoid giving offense, whether to the Jews or Greeks or the church of God. Just as I try to please everyone in every way, not seeking my own benefit, but that of the many, that they may be saved. Be imitators of me, as I am of Christ. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God. Please all stand to give honor to the Holy Gospel.
The Lord be with you.
And also with you.
The proclamation of the Holy Gospel according to Saint Mark.
Glory to you, Lord.
A leper came to Jesus and kneeling down, begged him and said, "If you wish, you can make me clean." Moved with pity, he stretched out his hand, touched him and said to him, "I do will it, be made clean." The leprosy left him immediately, and he was made clean. Then warning him sternly, he dismissed him at once. He said to him, "See that you tell no one anything, but go show yourself to the priest, and offer for your cleansing what Moses prescribed. That will be proof for them." The man went away and began to publicize the whole matter. He spread the report abroad so that it was impossible for Jesus to enter a town openly. He remained outside in deserted places, and people kept coming to him from everywhere. Sisters and brothers, the Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Sa napakaraming eksenang pwedeng mabasa sa Biblia, ito pong ating ebanghelyo sa araw na ito reveals to us kung anong Diyos ang mayroon tayo kay Kristo Jesus. Sa unang pagbasa, narinig natin mula sa aklat ng Leviticus kung paano ang isang may ketong has to be treated ayon pa sa batas ni Moses. Alam niyo po na ang paniniwala nila noon, ang bawat karamdaman ay parusa para sa kasalanan. Ngunit kung ang sakit mo ay ketong, leprosy, aba hindi ka pinarurusahan, isinumpa ka ng Diyos. Sa sobrang galit sa iyo, dapat ding magalit ang sambayanan ng Diyos sa iyo. Kaya complete ang prescription na ibinigay ni Moses. Sa isang katulad ng ganyan, itinitiwalag yan. Hindi yan pwedeng makitira kasama ng sambayanan ng Diyos. He has to say outside of the camp. He has to place, magtatalukbong siya. At hindi lamang yan, hindi siya pwedeng bastang lumapit sa kahit sinuman na walang sakit ng ketong. At kung mayroong palapit sa kanya na hindi alam na siya may sakit ng ketong, isisigaw niya ang mga katagang, "Marumi, marumi, unclean, unclean." Pag siya'y nahawakan, yung taong yon is also considered unclean. The first thing that a person like that loses is his sense of self-esteem, his sense of dignity, his sense of hope. Bakit? Kasi para sa iyo, wala, mag-aantay ka na lang ng kamatayan. Wala ka ng kinabukasang tinitignan. You lose a sense of dignity. You are declared exactly a living dead. And for a person like that, ano pa nga ba ang iyong aasahan? Pero sa kwento ng ating Ibanghel sa araw na ito pong mama did not like to accept that situation of hopelessness, of despair. Kaya sa kabila ng ipinagbabawal sa kanya, siya nang nagpumilit na lumapit sa Panginoon. I'm sure sa eksenang yun, lahat ng mga iba'y nagtarantang tumakbo at kumaripas palayo roon. But even as Jesus was approached by this man, si Jesus bilang marami na hindi siya dapat lapitan, lalong-lalo na ng ganong kalapit ng isang may ketong. The man, with all the desperation of one who kahit ano, kapit sa patalim, talagang lalapitan ko lang, kahit ipinagbabawal, declares to Jesus these words, "If you wish, you can make me clean." Pakinggan yung mabuti mga katagang gagabitin. Hindi niya sinabi, kung kaya mo. Sa kanyang puso at isipan, alam niya, etong kanyang kaharap ay may kapangyarihan. Kaya ang sinasabi niyo lamang kung gugustuhin mo, Panginoon, kung gugustuhin mo lamang, maibabalik mo sa akin ang aking hinahanap, kinabukasan, buhay na may pag-asa, lahat na nawala sa akin. Pwede namang sabihin na Jesus, sige, ibibigay ko sa iyo, ganyan pala ang paniniwala mo, pero dumistansya ka na lang. And yet, look at this God we believe in, mga kapatid. Ito yung Diyos natin. Hindi lamang na sinabi niyang, gumaling ka na. He does the one thing na ipinagbabawal ng batas. He crosses the barrier. He crosses the line that has been drawn. At anong ginawa niya? He moves towards the leper and touches the leper. Sa mga nakakakita, they should have been shocked to death. No way should you do that. By your touch, you make yourself defiled. You make yourself unclean. Because yung kanyang sakit ay para bagang inangkin mo na. But that's precisely what Jesus did. Inaangkin ko ang pait at dusa ng buhay mo. Kasabi ako riyan. Belong ako dyan. Kasama tayo. Ako'y iyong kasama sa iyong kahirapan. And yet by the touch of Jesus, this leper receives the gift of healing. Yan ang Diyos nyo. Yan ang Diyos ko. This is a God who does not distance Himself away from our pain. Ito yung Diyos na nakakaalam ng ibig sabihin ng sakit, dusa, karamdaman, pait, hirap, luha ng buhay. At ang sinasabi sa atin, kasama niya tayo sa lahat ng ito. My dear friends, brothers and sisters, many years ago, a young boy of 20 years old, doon po sa Belgium, na ang pangalan ay si Damien de Veuster, ay nangako sa harapan ng kanyang mga kasama sa kongregasyon ng The Sacred Hearts of Jesus and Mary, nang siya'y magpatira pa sa harapan ng altar to make his vows as a religious in that congregation. Kasama po pala sa kanilang seremonya ay eto, na pag ikaw'y nangako na in your perpetual vows bilang member, tatakpan ka ng itim na damit, simbolo ng isang funeral pall. Anong ibig sabihin? Noon, pag namamatay ka, yung kabaong nilalagyan ng itim na cloth. It actually means patay ka na. And during that day, Damien understood he will die to the world because mabubuhay lamang siya kay Kristo. Hindi niya akalain na yung ginawa niyang yon will truly be challenged na kanyang isabuhay 113 years later. Sa area ng Hawaii, nagkaroon ng epidemic ng ketong, and it was incredibly big. Sa sobrang laki, nataranta ang gobyerno ng Hawaii, and they decided na lahat ng mga may ketong ay ilagay sa isang island na ang tawag ay Molokai, kung saan doon na kayo lahat. And without the help of government, these people were just on their own. Doon sa area ng Hawaii, naka-assign ang mga missionaries ng Congregation of the Sacred Hearts of Jesus and Mary. At ang mga Katolikong mga may ketong doon sa island ng Molokai had been begging their bishop, padalhan mo naman kami ng pari. Sino namang pari ang gugustuhin ang ganong assignment? Na ikay matitira sa island kung saan ang lahat ng iyong pagsisilbihan ay puro may ketong. They thought about Father Damien, but he was only 33 years old. They said, hindi niya kakayanin to, sobrang bata. And yet, Father Damien, was begging to be assigned. When finally they decided, sige, ikaw na ang ipapadala upang gumawa ng isang misyon para sa mga may ketong ng Molokai, Father Damien went. And ayon nga sa isang dakilang writer na si Louis Stevenson, sino bang pangalan nito? Robert Louis Stevenson, sinabi niya, nang magdesisyon siya na pumunta roon, para bagang siya na mismo ang nagsara ng pintuan ng kanyang libingan. Why? He was going to a living graveyard. The whole of Molokai was where people died. And in that place, not only were their bodies dying, there was something else that was dying. That sense of dignity. That sense of hopelessness. That sense of walang pag-asa. You know, paano ka ba nga naman? You know, people were dying left and right. And so the first thing that he did was try to build muna yung kanyang chapel. Even as he came up with a little roof to protect himself, hindi niya maproteksyonan ang kanyang sarili sa kanyang nakita roon. At ano po yun? Di-describe ko sa inyo yung description na naandon. Ang maririnig mo roon is this constant coughing of people. Why? Because the disease of leprosy attacks lahat ng mga basa, ilong, laway. And people were beginning to be eaten, corrupted, even from the outside. Ang makikita mo roon, parang sementeryo, ang buong island. People were dying left and right, decaying in front of you. Description pa nga niya, ang una niya nakita roon, you know, he cannot protect himself totoo from the weather. Pero yung amoy of corrupting bodies ng mga buhay pa. Kasi ang disease, yan nagbubukol. At pagkatapos puputok yung bukol at magnanana, napakabaho. And you smell that everywhere. The bodies were corrupting and the foul odor was everywhere. Alam nyo, ang una niyang binisita, isa sa mga batang babae na nang datnan niya, kinakain na ng worms. Uod. Yan ang eksena na kanyang natagpuan. Ang isa pang kwento niya, the first thing that he saw was a man with a wheelbarrow na tinutulak, nakatakip ang kanyang bunganga, alam niyang ito'y may ketong din. Habang itinutulak niya, akala ni Father Damien ang nasa loob ng wheelbarrow ay isang rag. Itinapon sa pintuan ng sementeryo. Itinapon ng balganyan. Nagulat lamang siya nang gumalaw. It was a dying man who died with his face flat on the ground. Itinapon na lamang basta doon sa sementeryo. What do you do in a situation of desperation? Alam mo si Father, dinesisyon niya, sige gagawin natin. And he began to encourage the people. Ang una niyang ginawa, inayos ang sementeryo, nilagyan ng mga pader. Pagkatapos pakunti-kunti, talagang pinuwersa niya yung mga tao na sumama sa celebration, nagpatugtog siya, gumawa siya ng music, ng choir. Nakakatuwa nga, sapagkat yung choir nila doon, hirap na hirap. Bakit? Wala na mga daliri. Yung kanilang organ, nagpa-donate siya ng isang organ. Hindi naman kakayanin, walang daliri ang mga tao. Kaya dalawang tao ang tumutugtog. Yung kanang kamay sa kanya, yung kaliwang kamay sa kanya, kasi yun lang may natirang mga daliri. But he wanted to bring the music to the people. He wanted their funerals to be with singing. He built that sense of dignity. At pakunti-kunti, sapagkat pinwersa niya, gumawa ng mga maliliit na bahay para sa mga may sakit, para sa mga bata. Little by little, people began to feel, tao din pala sila. That sense of dignity he was able to bring back until little by little, the whole of Molokai began to change. Nagkaroon ng kulay ang kanilang mga bahay. Nagkaroon ng sense of road, nagpagawa siya. Itinayo niya ang mga buildings na kayang gawin para sa paaralan ng mga bata. And truly indeed, the self-esteem began to come back. Pinwersa niya ang gobyernong tumulong until one day, he will stand before his people at sa kanyang misang ginawa sa araw ng linggong iyon, ito ang kanyang sinabi. Dear lepers, I am with you as your priest. We lepers. At doon sinabi niya sa kanila, siya din ay may ketong